Should you keep your 9 to 5 or start a business? You may be surprised by my answer. Let's talk money. So this month, August 2022, actually marks my 5-year anniversary of being fully self-employed, which, go ahead, round of applause, is an amazing feat. But prior to that, I was actually working as an employee. I was working with kids with autism for 8 years prior to that. And the first few companies that I worked for, and those companies will remain nameless, they didn't pay too well. And although I absolutely love the amazing changes I made to the families' lives and impacting people in that way, I was paid $10 an hour. Yeah, $10 an hour. As I am a male and I am a larger size male, I was often placed with the children that were more physically aggressive. So we're talking the 15 to 17-year-olds. I've had metal shovels swung at my face. I've had knives thrown at me. I've been bitten millions of times. I actually think I still have the marks on my skin to show that. But I did that for $10 an hour. And I did that for several years. Now, while I was working at that first job, I developed my first official business, which is a photography business, wedding and portrait photography. Our first year, we did $14,000. And while that was a great achievement at the time, I knew that that was not enough for me to be on my own. Now, by my 3rd year in business, it had turned into a 6-figure business. And albeit that was great, but I continued to work at 2 other jobs after that, because I wanted to continue working until having a job cost me money. And I continued to work until 2017. I actually continued to work until I opened up a new storefront called Ice Cream Rollery. I quit 2 months before that store opened. And I actually tried to find a way to continue working while the store was being opened. But my business advisor at the time, looked me dead in my eye and said, "Rashad, if you don't put your full-time effort into this new business, your business will fail." Now that's my story, but let's talk about a few things that you need to have in place before you quit. Because there is a viral video that is going around social media where the comedian Steve Harvey is talking about jumping, and that you need to make a jump in order to get to where you want to be, which I absolutely agree with that. However, your jump needs to be a calculated jump. You don't want to have to jump just to find out that you will not survive later. Everything needs to be very calculated down to the T. If you go to a skydiving business, they don't just take you up on the plane and say, "Here's your parachute, go ahead." They put policies and procedures in place well prior to that, instructing you on things that we need to have done prior to you ever even getting on the plane. And then when you get on the plane, they're instructing you even more on exactly what to do and how to do things. And then when they are up in the air, they take you into a specific location and they tell you when to jump. It's very calculated. You should not just jump. Let's make a calculated jump. So here are a few steps. Number 1 is you need to build up your savings. Now, nobody wants to plan on their business failing. However, things do happen. Last thing you want to do is quit your job and then your business fails, and then you're stuck in a situation where you need to immediately get a new job. However, the job market is down at that time and you're unable to find a job immediately and you only have a few weeks worth of funds. Number 2 is your business is making healthy income. A good rule of thumb is that you are receiving 2/3 to 100% from your business of what you would have received from your salary. Decide how much the business needs to make for you to live the lifestyle that you want. Are you willing to sacrifice things? Are you single? Do you have kids? Do you have a mortgage that needs to be paid? These are all things that you need to consider well before making any decisions at all. Number 3 is you know your business model works. You want to have a business model that just needs a little bit more time from you in order to fuel the engine. Do more research to make sure that this business model is something that you can sustain. Is there a large enough market for you to sustain it, not only sustain it, but also expand it? Is it a business that is easy for your competitors to replicate? Will you need employees, or is this something that you can run all on your own? Answer all of these questions before you make any moves at all. The last step is to make sure that this is something that you are passionate about. The last thing you want to do is risk your entire livelihood for something you may lose the fire for a year from now. Good questions are you constantly thinking about it? Are you losing sleep from wanting to work on it all day and all night? And 3, are you obsessed over it? These are questions that you want to answer before making any moves at all. You want to make a calculated jump. So many people are so focused on looking successful instead of being successful. I'll say that again. So many people are so focused on looking successful instead of being successful. There's absolutely nothing wrong with having a 9-to-5. You don't need to be the boss that you want to perceive yourself as. It's okay. Do what you need to do first. Squeeze all the juice out of that lemon. Squeeze all the juice out of that lemon until you know 100% sure that you're making a calculated jump and that you are ready. Make sure you are setting yourself up for success and not failure. If you make a calculated jump, I'm pretty sure you'll make it. Please subscribe below. Follow me on Instagram at Money Talk Rashad. See you next time. Peace.